Hi everyone. You know, we've been thinking a lot lately about potential, about doing things that no one else has done, or doing normal things in an extraordinary way. The only difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra, right? And that's what makes life rich and fulfilling and rewarding. So, I have a very special guest with me today on Mystic Messages, and I want to introduce you to a family friend, Mark Canizzato. Come on in, Mark.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. Now this guy has been living this for quite a while. He started karate at
5 years old.
5 years old.
5 years old.
And then he got his black belt at
The age of 12.
the age of 12. And he had been there, done that, got a little bored. And here's a really important thing. Someone in his life, as Mark was telling me, someone in his life saw his potential. He saw that he could do something a little bit greater, a little bit more different, and he coached him, and that person was?
My father.
Your father.
My father was a big believer of finding a talent and going for a dream that you could have. And he saw that I really enjoyed martial arts, not on just the physical aspect, but just, you know, if I was away from the karate school, I was still doing karate.
Yeah.
He was the one to always motivate me to take it another step forward.
Yeah. So there it is for having someone who sees your gifts. Mark has been 32-time world champion.
Wasn't easy.
No.
Wasn't easy.
So that happened at what age?
Oh wow, that's probably happened from a span of the age of maybe 13 all the way up to even now when I'm 26. I've been competing martial arts for a very long time, for at least 16 years. Went from the mode of not knowing anything about competing and how I would stand physically against other competitors to being one of the top competitors in the world, if not the nation, and knowing everything there is to know about competing and the mental game that goes in with it, as well as the physical game. So,
yeah. And the mental game is so important. Just
it
in
is.
Yoga, it's so important. And harmonizing mind and body and emotions and getting that spirit to move through the body in a unique
Absolutely.
way. And the reason I have Mark here is not just because of the things we've already talked about, but now he's taking other pieces of movement and performance and mixed it into the karate.
That's right, yeah, and the type of martial arts that I do, I start off with Taekwondo, but the style of martial arts that I do now is extreme martial arts, or we call it tricking. It's funny because most people have no idea what it is because it's still very young, and it's recently been able to make its way to the public eye as notified as tricking, and you find an artistic way of expressing different styles of being in the air for that split second, having that moment of clarity and just kind of feeling free that you're not bound by any limits that people around you or even that yourself. You give yourself and you find ways to do whatever it is you can in your artistic style in that time being in the air, and then when you land, everything comes down to reality. So it's kind of a cool way to do things with the body that you feel you express and people would never think twice that is even possible. So absolutely.
So if you have any kids that are around you right now, pull them over, because we adults love it, but the kids are going to love it. Mark has agreed to show us a little bit of how he's used his creativity and melded it into his art and made a whole new art form. I'm just saying, see what happens. Will, creativity, maybe a little bit of a mentor, sticking to it, create something that no one else has created, and if you're in a form like karate, do it in a way that no one else has done it. Go to the top in whatever we do. It's pretty fulfilling, don't you think? Thanks, Mark.
Thank
You're
you.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure to share what I do with everybody, because that's how it starts. It was shared with me and came as an idea, like you were speaking about earlier today. Came as an idea, and I had someone I brought it to and positively backed it up, and now we have the product of this. So.
And he's just starting.
It's only the beginning.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'll
Thank
see you in your magnificence.